What's going on, Aquarius? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a fantastic month so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just the best, Aquarius, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome! I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. And let me tell you why I'm so excited, Aquarius. Because it is Celestial News Monthly! Yeah, that's like my favorite time of the month. And this one in particular, you'll find out why in a second. But with this monthly reading, whenever the sun moves into a new sign, we're going to talk about where the planets are at and how we can work with the energies. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Gems, super excited. Just great energy all around here, Aquarius. So I don't know if you can see here, but I have some Zodiac cards, or Zodiac Oracle cards with where each of the planets are at. I'm going to pull some cards from this deck for each of them, and then I'll get some details with the tarot. But before we jump into this thing, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? Thank you. And then in case if you all were curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down in the description box are links for some readers that I like watching as well, so definitely check them out. Very intuitive bunch, so go ahead and show them some love there, Aquarius. I don't know that I sent you. But let me tell you why I'm so geeked up, because it's Cancer season! Oh, I think that might have been the most over-the-top one yet there, Aquarius. And that's what happens when you're my last one of these spreads. But if you're wondering why I'm so geeked about Cancer season, my sun signs in Cancer. So if you thought I was bringing big energy before, it's about to be lit. So brace yourself. But you have the sun that's going to be in Cancer, then you got Mercury that's going to follow a few days later. But with the sun's going to enter on the 21st of June and will be there through at about 9:58, and that's in the morning, and that'll be Central Time. And then we'll be there through the 22nd of July. And with this energy, Aquarius, we're bringing in the summer solstice. So depending on where you're at, if you're on my side of the world, you're going to be getting a whole bunch of sun. Hopefully you'll be able to get out there, enjoy this lovely weather. But the nice thing about the sun as well, it shines some light on some things. And Cancer being an emotional sign as we are, this is a great energy for you to tune into your emotions there, Aquarius. And notice if there are any particular ones, that might have a hold on you. Maybe this is anger, maybe this is fear, anxiety, sadness, whatever that is. This energy is calling you to really tune into that stuff. And then Cancers, we're the mothers of the zodiac, the nurturers. So this is something to really apply those areas with treat them with like nurturing energy, and show yourself just a bunch of compassion and kindness when we're dealing with this stuff. Because all these aspects, these emotions that we're all feeling, they all are part of a collective whole that makes us here. And if we neglect them, then and let them fester, it manifests in weird ways. And then if we won't willingly deal with them, then eventually they'll manifest as tower moments. It's not to get you afraid, but it's just to get you just tuned into the energy. Cancer is very intuitive because of how we feel so much, so utilize that to your advantage. But also, this is great energy for strengthening your close relationships, because Cancer is associated with the home and family and roots and things. So this is about maybe strengthening any existing bonds that we already have, or this could be maybe we're noticing some dissonance. Maybe there's not any kind of emotional security somewhere. Maybe we could either discuss these things, or we may need to put up some boundaries. So something to think about there, Aquarius. But also, you couple that with Mercury that's going to be entering on the 26th of June and will be there through the 10th of July. And this is, again, for great energy for strengthening your bonds with yourself and with others. And it gives a very kind of like a King of Cups, Queen of Cups type of energy when it comes to, like, when it comes to like the head and the heart growing closer, because Mercury rules over, you know, our communication, how we think, things along those lines. But also, this allows us to really think about things on a deeper level, and we have a greater ability to really process and express our feelings. So this is great energy too. You know, we got some Leo energy that's going to be going down right now, and you know, that's very passionate, very loving. The Empress is going to be, or Venus is going to be chilling in Leo for a while. So this is something too. We had our eye on someone, you know, maybe letting those feelings known. You're going to be feeling a little more a little more debonair with your speech there than normal. So definitely pay attention to that, Aquarius. But let's oh no, that's it. Okay, yeah, let's get to your energy here. Oh, wow, expression really is going to be the name of the game for you, Aquarius, because you got the 8th card of Sagittarius here, which is the microphone card. What you got to say? Because with this card, this is a card of news, trending, broadcast, expression, strong opinion, make known, current events, public speaking, speak truth, communicate, social media, being heard, and speaking up. And there's something here, Aquarius. The first couple things that kind of popped out here, man, are the being heard and the speaking up. So I feel that for some of you, if we do have any sort of like emotions or things that are any kind of like any sort of like stuff again that we've been keeping kind of bottled up, maybe for some of you, I feel like this energy really is for your benefit to really voice this stuff. And especially considering too what's going down in Leo, your opposite sign, and we're going to talk about that next. But I feel like, yeah, there's going to be some decisions for you, for some of you, as far as like, yeah, as far as like making your feelings known or something along those lines. Or this could maybe even be on the opposite end. Maybe this being heard might be someone that is trying to reach out to you, Aquarius. Maybe there's been, I don't know, something here about like making something known. Maybe there's I'm getting like with this, like the speaking truth, there's something like here, like there's something that's been needing to come out, or that's really been trying to get, and this could be something internal here. Maybe there's some type of, like deep down thing that we've been keeping repressed that is just, if this is not like a person or something like that, maybe something that's been kind of like bubbling up here and that's been wanting to get to your attention here. So this is something, really tune into that intuition, you know, really kind of sit with maybe do some meditation, however that's looking, however you connect with the source. But I feel like definitely something's trying to get your attention. But on a bigger scale, Aquarius, I do feel like that this is something where if we do have any sort of like passions or anything along those lines that we've been wanting to maybe start broadcasting, maybe you're starting a podcast, maybe we're doing, where do you trend? Do you trend on, YouTube, I don't know, Snapchat, Instagram, however the hell those other ones work. But anywhere that you, any sort of thing that's like public, or maybe this is public speaking. But I feel like that if you had something that you're maybe really passionate about, that you want to, like a skill, or maybe you have like just something that's going to provide growth and expansion for some others, I feel like that this is a great energy for you to tap into that. I mean, you are the sign of networking and honestly of technology, social media and things. So absolutely, come on, get all tech savvy there, Aquarius. You know, make this stuff known. Maybe try a couple different outlets here, something along those lines. But let's get some tarot on this and get some more details. Ooh, all right, look at this, singing up with the energies. All right, we got Cancer here. Hold up. Now, let's see what we got here, other than this mighty chariot. Interesting, okay. So we have the Page of Wands in reverse here, and then we have the Page of Swords, the Chariot, and the Five of Cups upright. And I feel like, Aquarius, for some of you, just like when I was talking about maybe like putting ourselves out there as far as like expressing something, if you have something like like if you have some strong knowledge in things, because you are a very brilliant sign, and I feel like you just kind of, it's one thing, I feel like your sign is one that you just tend to know stuff about things for no real apparent reason, but I feel like when you really have a focus, you really can shine there, Aquarius. And I feel like if you have any sort of ideas or anything along those lines that you've been, maybe that's something too, like, you know, that's been trying to make itself known. If you've been getting these like flashes of like just signals for things, or just feeling this urge to create or something along those lines, or just get something out there, I feel like that the Chariot is saying absolutely full steam ahead. Let's go ahead and get that stuff cooking, you know, because especially with where Cancer is at right now, because when you think about that, to be the ability to take what you're passionate about and then let those emotions fuel what your these ideas that you may be wanting to get out there, that's absolutely, because the Chariot can be a card of victory as well. And so I feel like that this could really lead you to a great spot here, but it's going to be something where with this Chariot, you know, in order to get these dreams and things, this white horse, we got to put in that shadow work first, that dark horse, and put some of this work here. And maybe some of us, maybe for some of us with this Five of Cups here, maybe we're worried about how this may be received or something along those lines. But Aquarius, we are getting into your age, into your era here, because we already got a taste of it with Pluto in Aquarius, and I've been even seeing a lot of stuff like different ads and things on like YouTube, for example, just like really cool, innovative stuff. Someone that came up with like I'm not sure, I haven't really looked that hard into it, but one was like a mosquito thing that like helps tackle something along those lines. But I thought I'd say that's actually a pretty useful little idea there. But maybe this was something where, you know what, maybe with this Five of Cups, maybe we were trying to do something in the past, or maybe we're worried that, or let me get a little bit more on this Five of Cups here, because I feel like that especially if you have any ideas, I feel like really for you, Aquarius, because Pluto is bringing a lot of change to your sign, you know, especially over these next couple decades here. Pluto will be chilling in Aquarius for 20 years. So this really is a time for you to be thinking about how you want to grow. And maybe we've been disappointed with how things have, like how we've maybe been pursuing opportunities in the past, but it feels like that maybe this wasn't that maybe there's something deeper here, like a real passion that, well, let me get a little bit more on that. All right, let me see what else we got here. Yeah, because you got so the Five of Cups is clarified by the Ten of Cups upright and the Queen of Pentacles. And I feel like that, Aquarius, there's something here about, I really feel like that maybe if we were disappointed in the past, and maybe we're feeling a little nervous about maybe pursuing something different or something, I don't know if this is something new or what this is, but I feel like that this energy is saying like, for you to really kind of find out, like pay attention, I feel like over this next, during this Cancer season, to things that really kind of fulfill you, you know, that would really bring you happiness and satiety, you know, really bring you that contentment. And then let's see if we can start working on getting towards that, working towards those passions, you know, like let's say if this is like you wanted to do for like a podcast, for example, it's like, okay, let's find out what topics are you passionate about, what are something that you feel like you could speak on intelligently, and then expand on that, learn some more of this stuff, and then maybe this could be something where we're hitting up a Queen of Pentacles, you know, a type of person who maybe is working maybe working in a similar field or something along those lines, Aquarius. But I feel like that maybe some of us may be thinking about as far as just like resources and things, and maybe we're just like we feel like maybe we don't have the tools that we need maybe with this Five of Cups, or maybe it's just like we want to start it, but it's just like I don't know if this is a doubt, Aquarius, but I do feel like with the Page of Wands being in reverse here, the only reversal here, I feel like it's just like starting somewhere with this thing. You know, maybe discussing this with another person, for example, or just like maybe sharing these ideas, and maybe someone else could kind of help you get some stuff cooking up here. But, yeah, the Aquarius, you know, just there's something here that's trying to make itself known. You know, maybe if there's an idea that's been kind of popping in your head for a while, or whatever this is, I feel like definitely look into that, you know, and see if we can, because who knows what kind of news that this would bring. But interesting. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. But let's get to your next card. Your next card here, which is Leo energy. And this might be some interesting energy here for you. You know, I think I'm going to switch this up a little bit too, because these next ones are going to might be a little tougher for you, Aquarius. Because you got with Leo, Mercury is going to be actually a little busy here during this season. Mercury is going to move into, we got Mercury in Leo, then we got Venus in Leo. And Mercury is going to enter Leo on the 11th of July and will be there through the 28th of July. And with this, communication becomes more straightforward. So, you know, even before we get into that, just saying that, there's something, like, just going back to that microphone, like, I feel like some of us there's like this hesitancy or something along those lines to, But let me get back to that. But yeah, communication is going to be more straightforward, because when you think about Leo energy, they're ruled by the sun and they're all about shining bright, you know, being seen just like, hey, Leo's in the house. But utilize that to your advantage. You know, use that confidence and that esteem to you, at your disposal, because this energy is also great for putting yourself out there. You know, making your ideas known, Aquarius, because really you are a very, because you're an innovative sign, being ruled by both Saturn and Uranus, and Uranus in particular, because Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury. And so the way that you think is going to be, it's so abstract, and I feel like in a very incredible way, because we need that type of energy right now with where things are going. And I feel like that the saying is tap into that creative energies of yours. We can learn a lot from our opposite signs, and your opposites being Leo. I feel like that there's going to be some decisions that are going to need to be made with this energy here. But before we talk about that, one more thing with this energy, because Leo can be so much fun and all this stuff here, try not to let the pressure of this thing, you know, while you're getting this stuff figured out, keep you from having some fun, you know, enjoying some jokes, some laughter and stuff, just because, you know, again, Leo energy is so fun, so bright and all that stuff. But now, depending on where your Aquarius placements are at, this is going to be forming an opposition with your sign. And oppositions are kind of tough energies. You know, they bring polarity, tension, kind of challenges and bring some conflicts and things. You know, it's going to be either a person or a situation is going to force us to make some decisions here. And depending on how we work with this energy, you know, whether we keep this thing down, maybe we work on this stuff a little bit longer. And that could be something with the Queen of Pentacles too. Maybe there's this dream where maybe you've been wanting to broadcast, but if you need to work on confidence, maybe we need to get a few, however that's looking like. Maybe we need to find a teacher, because maybe this page energy, this could be where you're at right now, maybe at this beginning stages of something, you know, a new fresh idea. And we may need to find like a teacher, because the Queen of Pentacles is a type that she loves to share her resource, share her knowledge as far as like how she achieves and things. This is Capricorn energy, Queen of Pentacles. She rules the first two decans of Capricorn and the last is Sagittarius. And talk about that Sagittarius. If it's going to lead to growth, bet she's going to put in that work, and she's going to help others with the knowledge that she's accumulated as well. So be thinking about that, Aquarius. But yeah, with the oppositions, they're just, they can be tough energies, but when they're integrated properly, man, you can have some great stuff that's happening. And I kind of jumped the gun a little bit because I forgot about Venus, which the Empress would be very upset with me about that. But with Venus in Leo, she entered Leo on the 5th of June and will be there through the 8th of October, and that's because she's going to be actually retrograding in around Leo season, so she's going to be hanging out for a while. But this can bring out your more extroverted side of you, Aquarius, and this is great for self-confidence and doing some self-love. So again, if we've not, because the Page of Wands gives me very Leo type energy, and so if we're not feeling confident in whatever we're wanting to pursue right now, it's working on that confidence, figuring out, nurturing those energy, building up that self-esteem with Cancer season, and figuring out, you know, again, what 10 of Cups looks like for you. But one thing to pay attention to as well, Aquarius, is that this energy could bring up some possible drama, just because Leo can tend to be over the top sometimes. And I got a whole, I'm a Cancer, but I got a stack of Leo in my chart. So you trust me, we want to be mindful of that as well. But let's go ahead and get some oracle, or get an oracle on this. Oh, okay, thank you. Let's see what we got here. Nice! I'm with it. Because you got the 7th card of Scorpios here, which is the Universe card. And with this card, there's a card of Source, infinite, unending, enduring, eternal, creation. You know what? I'm going to move this over a little bit. Speaking of your rulers. Where was I at? Internal, creation, awakening, interconnected, heaven, higher perspective, the big picture, all that is, creative force, and law of one. And the thing that stuck out to me, Aquarius, is the big picture. And I feel like it's one, figuring out what that's looking like, but then taking action on this with the Chariot, tapping into that cardinal energy, because you do got some pretty strong cardinals here with Cancer and Capricorn. And I feel like it's, because sometimes I do feel like, in this I feel like it's just kind of with air signs sort of in general, you know, because you do have such active minds and can really see. I feel like more so for you than for Libra. Libra's like the halfway point, I feel like, between like a good balance of Gemini and Aquarius energy. But I feel like with yours being able to see the future and to see the potential in things, that maybe sometimes, I think we might have talked about this last week, where it's just like we can sometimes maybe get lost in the pursuit of stuff. But I feel that it's feeling more and going with the thing that really speaks to you, and then committing to that first, starting there, building a foundation, and then building off there from that, you know what I mean? But it's just getting this energy started. And I feel like once you do, this is going to help you start seeing things from a higher perspective, and that's going to be really useful when we talk about Mars energy a little bit later. But I do feel like it's remembering too that you are a source of just innovation and really of change and of bringing the future, Aquarius. And this is, I feel like when the Universe pops up here, it's just, how do you want this world to change? You know, in what ways do you want to raise the vibration, to bring 10 of Cups for all? You know what I mean? Because I feel like because again, with your signs being a sign of the collective, you know, for humanitarianism, I feel like you start your dream, and then that's going to inspire others as well it's going to inspire all of this change. Even if we're not thinking of doing things maybe on like a big scale, maybe where we're not public speaking and stuff, you want to work more behind the scenes, that's fine. But I feel like as long as we're doing something that, like, we're pursuing our passions, because I feel that if someone sees you doing that thing, then again, that's going to, I think I was told a couple signs this, but it's like, all it takes is inspiring one person. This could be someone in your community, this could even be a friend, a family member, whatever. But you start there, you don't know how they're going to go out and affect others, you know what I mean? They get inspired by you, they start doing some things, and maybe they start doing some collaborating, and then you're building a universe, you're raising the vibration, and it's fantastic. But where was I going with that? No, I think that's more. Okay, no, I thought I had something more with that, Aquarius. The end. No, but let's get some tarot on this. And like that, because we are too. We're in a time of creation, and it's all interconnected, how we work together in this stuff here, you know. And I feel like these dreams and things that you may have, know that you don't have to do them by yourself. It's just like finding those people that the energies work with. But let's get some tarot on this. Let's see what we got here. Nice. Okay. That's funny, because you got the Hermit and the Five of Pentacles upright here, and then we have the Three of Wands, and then we have the Knight of Swords, one of your cards, in reverse here. And so I almost feel like with the Five of Pentacles here that maybe we've been feeling in this place of where we haven't been feeling as abundant as late. You know, maybe we've been having some tough time. Maybe there have been some areas we've been thinking about our security. This is Mercury in Taurus, and that's fine. We're going to talk about that next. But I feel like with this energy here, if there are any areas that we have been maybe feeling kind of not strong in, or feeling that we haven't been, or somewhere that we want to grow. Yeah, somewhere that we want to grow more. I feel that if we've been having troubles maybe getting things started, maybe finding a source or finding an area to get started in, I feel like with the Hermit being here, it's going within, you know, really sitting with yourself. Maybe you're going by, where's she chilling? I know she's chilling by a cliffside here. So maybe we're hanging out by a cliffside, you know, kind of like taking in the view, kind of pondering like life things. Or maybe this is going by some water. Maybe you're going surfing, you know, maybe you're going on a bike ride. I hope you're not chasing after your bike, Aquarius. That'd be an interesting way. Well, you know, you're the innovator, so I mean, I'm not gonna tell you how to ride a bike. You know, you do things a little unorthodox, but I do feel that, you know, if we've been having trouble, I feel like, you know, pinpointing a start point or something along those lines. It's all within, Aquarius, you know. I feel like it's not looking externally for answers. You know, it's all right here. And let that inspiration and guide you to influence the external stuff here. You know, I hope that makes sense. But I do feel like that there's going to be something where it's going to be learning a lot about yourself over this, because it's the Knight of Swords, he rules the first two decans of Aquarius and the last of Capricorns. And both of you are ruled by Saturn. And Saturn is in Pisces right now. So this really is literally asking you, you know, what your dream is, you know, and if you've been, where can we strengthen stuff? Do we need to maybe partner with someone? Or maybe this could even be like because like I was saying, you know, we're in a time of just like of co-creation and collaboration, really just kind of strengthening bonds with others. This could be even like maybe we're pooling together assets, however that might even be looking. But because things are changing in a very, very interesting way. Where the energies are going, we'll see. But yeah, this I really feel like, you know, this Cancer season is going to be one of just like really deep introspection here for you, and figuring out what do you want to create, and what does your creative force look like? More? Yeah, an awakening. I like that. Because even when you think about the Hermit too, you see how she's got this light that's kind of just kind of hidden in there. This is finding your potential, Aquarius, and figuring out how we can let that energy shine, you know, and really investing in that and nurturing that, and learning more about yourself. But that's going to be nice when we're talking about this Taurus energy, because you're one of your rulers. You got Uranus that's in Taurus, that's been in Taurus for a little while, and then we have Jupiter that just entered Taurus not too long ago. And let's talk about your ruler first, because we are in a time of endless opportunities right now. It's just like there's infinite ways, I feel like, to achieve your dreams here. It's just really finding the sources that work for you. And with all this change that is happening, Uranus really clears the foundation for stuff. You know, he's the planet of the future, revolutions, you know, just of drastic change. And whether that be, because I mean, we've had for example, because he's been in there since 2018, and I mean, and Taurus deals with security. And so, we think about like how jobs have been working, more people working remote, to all this bank stuff that's happening right now. Maybe thinking about how we're investing differently. Queen of Pentacles, maybe we're learning about, maybe different investment plans or stocks or materials, investing in different type of things like that. Or, even to food and stuff. I was just talking with someone a couple of days ago when we were talking about, possibly with where all this stuff is going down, maybe, food prices going up, like investing more in some like kind of bulk products, or even maybe, hitting up the, Queen of Pentacles, maybe learning to do some of your own gardening there, Aquarius. But yeah, definitely in a drastic time of change, and we're ushering in the future. And I feel like with Pluto kind of getting ready to set the stage for you as well. Really tap into this energy. And then you couple that with Jupiter. Jupiter will be in Taurus until the 25th of May next year, 2024. And with this, it's now that we got eyes on how this stuff is changing, it's just like, what areas do we need to grow? That's what all Uranus is showing you, where everything is unstable right now, what is no longer working. And then it's just like, how do we change that up? Whether we're, again, learning some new skills, doing some investigating, some studying, whatever that's looking like with the Page of Swords here. And then taking that energy and really just like pouring your all into that. We're in a state of where Jupiter is normally just super abundant. The abundance doesn't stop, but it's just going to slow down a little bit. We're not trying to expend it all at once. We're in a long game right now with this, but the more that you feed into that energy, the more that Jupiter is going to reward, and we want to keep that going forward. We're building stuff that's going to endure. We're building a legacy here, whether we're investing in a great way. If we're not sure where we want to start here, because this vessel, that you, is what's going to make all this stuff happen. So again, maybe do some hermit work here, whatever that's some soul searching. But now, depending on where your Aquarius placements are at, you got some tough energies here for a little bit, Aquarius, because you got this, depending on where your Aquarius placements are at, these planets are going to be forming squares with your signs. And squares are kind of similar to oppositions in the sense that they're causing internal conflict, restrictions, and challenges. But whereas oppositions, you're kind of left with a choice, squares are more so kind of like the universe, sort of like throwing you a curveball. The example that I've been kind of using is like, you're going to take your car to get a tire fix, and you find out that your engine's all screwed up and that it needs to stay in longer than you need to. So it's like, oh crap, okay, if we're commuting to work, how does that look? And do I have public transportation around me? Do I take an Uber? Do I take a chariot? Like, what does that look like for me? And then it's just like, okay, I got to adjust my alarm time and my carpooling. The nice thing about squares, where we may not be able to control a situation, but luckily with Cancer season, this shows us too that we can control how we feel about a situation and where we want to channel this energy. And that's not to say we're ignoring that, because squares are kind of crappy sometimes. But if we just focus on the suck, then that's just what's going to keep perpetuating, and it's just going to make draw the lesson out some. But if we find a way to work with the energies, take how you process how you're feeling, and again, put that into action, then that's how we get the most abundance out of this stuff. There's going to be achievement. It's finding that you got to kind of look for it with the square situation, but there is abundance in them. And they really show you too when the universe throws you a curveball, just how resourceful we can be and how quickly we can think on our toes. And again, yours being an innovative sign, this will be easy for you. But let's get an oracle on this. Nice. I'm with it. Because you got the 6th card of Capricorns here, which is the bodybuilder card. Look at you, so strong. And with this card, there's a card of power, strength, forceful, determined, discipline, vigor, domination, push forward, influence, leverage, mastery, resolve, intense, resistance, self-improvement, and exercise. And the strong things that I got here, Aquarius, was definitely that push forward, you know, when you keep that chariot moving. Because when we do get to a place where we get to some challenges, because this may be a little challenging moment for you right now, maybe these next few months, but it's going to make you that much stronger. Because if if life was nothing but just easy street, then there's no room for growth. You know, like, what fun is that? And I know how that sounds, but in order, it's like I was talking about with these horses earlier, in order to get to that achievement, that victory, that wins, there has to be something to celebrate. You know what I mean? There needs to be some work that needs to be put into here. And Capricorn, they're the achievers of the zodiac. They're about the grind. They talk about tenacious. And I feel that the more that you stay disciplined and really push through this thing and stay determined, that alone is going to level you up. That's building resilience there for you, Aquarius, and that's going to really pay off for you in the long run. You know, it gets, you know, because it's like, as we level up, the problems may level up too, but so does the abundance. And this is something too, just like with that, when we're talking about that microphone, maybe talk about your experience. Maybe we're sharing this stuff, you know, maybe you're working towards these dreams, and, you know, talk about your challenges, you know, give people a heads up. It's just like, hey, I ran into X, Y, and Z. You might be doing this. Here's some resources that I utilize to kind of do blah, 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 and this and that. And look at that. Now we're sharing, like, because that's even a form of co-creation. You don't even have to physically be, you know, working with someone, just putting those ideas out there and seeing what's going down. But definitely use these adversities, and let's use them as some leverage. You know, use them to your advantage, and we can use that to influence creations and things like that, and inspirations. I'm with it. Let's get some tarot on this. Let's see what we got. Interesting. Okay. So we have the Seven of Pentacles, and I like that. We got the Nine of Swords upright, or excuse me, in reverse. But then we have the Eight of Cups. Saturn, your ruler in Pisces. You got the Eight of Cups, the Seven of Wands, and the Five of Wands upright. And, you know, Aquarius, the Five of Wands, this is a card of conflict. And I mean, the energies that you're dealing right now with Leo and Taurus, you know, this is going to bring, there are going to be some times where we're going to need to do some brainstorming. You know, with the Five of Wands, it's not just meant, this is, yes, it's a card of conflict, but we're not just meant to just stay in conflict. It's figuring out where we want to invest our energies right now. And if this is something where, there's something here with this Nine of Swords. I feel like that if we've been maybe worried about what that big picture looks like, I feel like the Nine of Swords is definitely kind of like, let's try to find some ways to get out of our head, you know. Try to be kind to yourself. You know, with the Seven of Wands can be a card of a lot of Leo energy here with these two. Five of Wands is Mars in Leo, Seven is Saturn in Leo. And I feel that if we've been being mindful of how we're criticizing ourselves, or maybe not be so harsh on ourselves, because listen, we're all trying to figure this thing out right now. You know, that's the I know that may not seem like super comforting, but it in a way it's nice, because, and we want to get to be careful too about comparing ourselves to others as well. And I feel like that there's, with the Eight of Cups, yeah, there's letting go of certain things that let me get a little bit more on the Eight of Cups there. Thank you. Let's see what we got here. Oh, I'm on hands. Interesting. Okay, so you have the Knight of Cups and the Justice card in reverse here, and then we have the Three of Pentacles upright. And so I almost feel like that. I almost feel like with this Eight of Cups energy, it's like maybe we've been wondering how we can make like our, because the Justice card is a card of cause and effect, you know, one of the things with this. And this is Libra energy. And this almost feels like that we've been maybe kind of on the fence about something. Maybe we've been we've been sort of, I feel there's something we've been overthinking possibly. And this could be, maybe this is like our passions or something along those lines. Because you got with the Knight of Cups, he's the type that he really follows his heart, you know. And I'm wondering if maybe for some, if the question is like, are we doing what we love? You know what I mean? And do we, and not even just like what we love, like, and I don't mean if this is like saying that we need to like quit our jobs or anything along those lines, Aquarius, but it's more so just like, are we incorporating our passions in the mix here? You know, is there something else that we could be, I feel like almost like working on in tandem with like our main thing right now. Let's say, for example, if you're like an accountant, you know, maybe you've been wanting to do some fitness videos on the side, or maybe get into like some personal training on the side or something like that. This could be, maybe we're starting up like a fitness training video or something along those lines, just on your days off or things, you know, just like incorporating some passions in your life as well, because maybe we've just been kind of consumed with the work here. And it feels like that it's almost like this Eight of Cups is like letting go, especially considering that your ruler is in Pisces, or one of your rulers, your other ruler, Saturn. I feel that it's letting go of thinking that maybe we have to have maybe the resources in order for us to pursue our passions as well. And I don't feel like that's the case. I don't see why we can't have both of them cooking up at the same time. Maybe just start this thing like doing videos, like for example, if that's just like what you're doing, for example, with the workout videos. Maybe it's like doing it like maybe once a month or something along those lines, until maybe things start taking off, and you know, there's kind of posting things, see how it takes, and then maybe we can go, if you do see things starting to really take off, maybe we go a little part-time at our job, kind of fuel our energy there. But I feel that this change, or a lot of this stuff, I feel is going to really depend on where you're investing your energies right now. You know, I think that it's really thinking about like, is there a good balance of just like obligations and desires, something along those lines, Aquarius. But okay. Very interesting. But do know, I feel like with this Justice card being here, because maybe this is something where we feel like that we can't change something, or maybe that we've, yeah, I'm not sure what this doubt is here, what this is going on here, but there's something with, because you see this more shadow work kind of being indicated here on this Justice card. So yeah, I really feel like going within, Aquarius, and asking yourself some kind of deeper questions here, you know, finding the source of your inspirations, maybe even, or because, you know, when we do pursue our passions, you know, just like as like a hobby, or just like a whatever that is, that can spark inspiration for your main thing. You know, maybe you get like you're thinking, because who knows, you know, just kind of piggybacking off of that bodybuilder again, maybe this is something where you start doing this thing and you're thinking like, oh my gosh, you know, usually there's this like lull between like maybe once a week at your accounting firm, if you know, this imaginary accounting firm that we're working at, And maybe you're just like, hey y'all, maybe we can do like a team yoga session, or like moving the bodies more, especially if we've been like a job that's you're kind of sedentary for a long time. I mean, way to bring some innovation to the workplace there, Aquarius. Just something along those lines. But all right, I think I'm gonna move on from that. Let's talk about, since Saturn in Pisces is here, because Pisces energy. Saturn is in Pisces, and then Neptune is going to be in Pisces. For both of them are going to be leaving about 2025. But Saturn went retrograde actually when I'm releasing this today. So, and I didn't tell Capricorn this, but a little sidebar here, Aquarius. When I release these videos, they're based off of what your lucky day is. And yours, Saturn rules over Saturdays. And so I find that interesting that he happens to be retrograding on your lucky day. So I feel like, again, because when you think about retrogrades in general, they're a time of reflection. But with Saturn being retrograde, this is like a cosmic interrogation. It's just like, Aquarius, I'm offering you the universe. What are we doing? Are we working towards those dreams? Are we peeling those passions? Do you feel fulfilled? Knight of Cups, Ten of Cups? And if not, what do we need to do to expand? Where do we need to do to grow? What work? Three of Pentacles do we need to put into this to get to this growth here? But this is a great energy for you, again, because Pisces is very dreamy energy, very imaginative. They're ruled by Jupiter and Neptune. And so this is, again, to do stuff that can just really tap into that creative energies of yours, Aquarius. And also with Pisces, they're a very spiritual sign. I mean, just borderline psychic. And this is a good time, I feel like, really, take these next few years, to really do this. And not that it's going to take years for you to manifest your dreams there, but it's just like really be taking these, while Saturn is in Pisces, be thinking about this stuff. You're in a time of security, thinking about your foundations, creating your dreams and stuff. Uranus is creating that foundation. Saturn is building upon that. So you're in a very fortunate place, I feel like. This is a great time for you to really get things in order, over these next few years, I feel like. And then you got Neptune. She heard that everyone's about to go retrograde here in a minute, especially around Virgo season, speaking of the Hermit being here. But Neptune's going to be going retrograde on the 30th of June, and I'm actually really excited about this energy. And she'll be retrograde until the 6th of December. And with this, like I was saying, Neptune rules Pisces, and this is a powerful time for introspection and self-discovery, and really connecting with your inner self and inner wisdom, because Neptune is a planet of illusions and fantasies and hidden things and dreams and stuff. But now that she's going retrograde, it's like the veil has been lifted. And now we can tap into this infinite energy, really tap into source, and really start really cooking up some amazing dreams here, Aquarius. It's just like, what do you want? What do you want? And then let's start filling up those cups all day. I'm with it. Let's go ahead and get your, yeah, okay, dope. See, we ain't got to work that hard. The veil's been lifted. Nice, and you're shining like a diamond. Oh yeah, that's what's up, Aquarius. You got the first card of Aries here, which is the diamond card. Look at you, brilliant. And with this card, look at that. You got creative force twice on here, Aquarius. You're a creative force. This is a card of faithfulness, value, protection, or perfection, brilliance, commitment, light, purity, esteem, unconquerable force, multidimensional, multifaceted, and invincible spiritual power, Aquarius. This is a time for you to really feel where, if there. I feel like it's really would be to your benefit to just with the double creative force being here, there's something here, but it's like really getting your ideas just to cooking up. And I mean creativity, it doesn't mean just in like the arts. This can be, maybe you're creating, apps, you know, with yours being assigned dealing with technology and things, you know, maybe we're, I don't know, like wherever you want to. I feel like wherever you feel like that you can shine brightest, you know what I mean? And just, I feel like let people see that. Because when you think about diamonds, you know, that cold needs a lot of pressure. And there's a lot of pressure when we're thinking about, you know, like our dreams, you know, the universe and what we want to manifest. 10 of Cups, you know, what we're passionate about. But when we work with that pressure, you know what I mean? And tough this out, stay tenacious, and keep that, again, that discipline, then man, look at how you're bringing it. And when you think about Aries energy, Aries is a very passionate sign. They're bringing in the spring, you know, and they're bringing in new life. And that's where I feel like this really, what because I know Pluto's in Capricorn right now, but it's where it's fine because we're really about to be in the time of the air signs. You know, it's going to be Pluto start setting it off, and then your ruler's going to be moving into Gemini in 2025. So that's what I'm saying. This is start getting these ideas cooking up now. You know, be thinking about this stuff and what you want to implement and what you want to get going, and make sure that, and I feel like one thing, just thinking about Aries energy, when we start this thing, make sure this is something that you're going to follow through with. You know what I mean? Because Aries, and one thing with Aries is that they have a tendency where, yes, they can, when they're passionate about something, they don't even think twice about it. But sometimes, because I was actually talking with a friend about this, I was talking about her, about their daughter's, they have an Aries placement somewhere, and I said, oh, I bet she's quick to get things going, no problem there. She's like, yeah, that's the problem, but now then I can't get her to stick to nothing. But it's just because we got to find that passion first, that real drive, you know, that thing that you really want to invest in. That's what the question is right now. You know, what do you want? A 7 of Pentacles. What do you notice is giving you what you want in life, and then really going all in there, Aquarius. Let's get some tarot on this. That's what's up. Multi-dimensional, absolutely. Oh, interesting. All right, so we got and I like that. We got the 10 of Swords in reverse, and then we have the Knight of Pentacles, and then the 6 of Cups upright. And Aquarius, just like when we were talking about with this broadcast or with this microphone card, I feel like for some of you, let's start, I don't know, it's like let's start sharing this stuff, or like let's, It almost feels like with this, even with this 6 of Cups, let me know, there's more than just a sharing here. This almost feels like that maybe for some of us, maybe there's been like how the 8 of Cups popped up here earlier. And I feel like that maybe there's this energy of maybe there's this old way of operating, or just something along those lines that I'm getting here. And that's been just kind of fixated, you know, just been kind of locked in with the Taurus, because this is one of Taurus's cards, the Knight of Pentacles. And I feel like that maybe this has been kind of slowing you down a little bit. This is interesting. But with the 10 of Swords here, I feel like if we can get eyes on whatever this thing is that might be slowing us down possibly, maybe this is, because 6 of Cups, this is interesting energy, because it's starting to get into the realms of, because after the 6 of Cups is the 7 of Cups, and because we got 5 and you got the 6 here, strong Scorpio energy. But you know, the 7 of Cups starts to get into tricky realms of escapism and things along those lines. So I feel like there may be some old, possibly things that need to be healed here, that just like some maybe ingrained habits or something along those lines that might be kind of locked in here. But let me get a little bit more on the 6 of Cups. Okay, thank you. Let's see what we got. Beautiful. Because you got the Wheel of Fortune upright, and then you got the Ace of Swords in reverse. And yeah, Aquarius, I feel like that there's like, because with the aces are my seed cards, and I feel like that there was maybe an idea that was implanted in our head or something along those lines of maybe how you need to go about fulfilling your destiny or something along those lines. Maybe it was just like we've had to just focus on the pentacles. Maybe that's what it is. It's like we've been driving, just focusing here, and we've been putting our passions and things on the side. And again, this is not me saying that you're just abandoning those things. It's that you need to just like go out there and just like go maybe just go do like maybe graffiti for a while, which I mean, that'd be dope. But I feel that it's more so just like in finding, again, a balance of maybe like our dreams, our desires, and our obligations. And I feel like if you can find that stuff here, that's going to lead to different, it's going to inspire you in a way. And I feel like an inspired Aquarius, that's a brilliant place to be with this diamond here, because I feel like we're really going to start making it rain here with Jupiter energy. So, and that's funny how Jupiter popped up with Taurus. So let's be thinking about that, Aquarius, what this next step is. If maybe we've been feeling kind of stuck in a cycle or something. Not even stuck in a cycle. It's more so, I feel like, about maybe we've been feeling out of control with destiny or something along those lines, and it feels like that we just need to focus more on I'm interesting, but more. Yeah, for Aquarius, there's something here, like it's like creating your own abundance or creating this fortune or something along those lines. It feels like this, like the energies is just like this is within you can control this here, but there's just something that's been, maybe there's, because the Ten of Swords can be a little intense, and even in reverse, it's in order to get that healing, we got to get eyes on what we've been in our head about or something along those lines. But I think I'm gonna leave that there, because I feel like I'm trying to force it. Now let's talk about Pluto, because Pluto is going to be retrograde in Capricorn until the 10th of October, and will be in Capricorn until pretty much your birthday season. And so, which I feel is that even to me feels like there's some sort of, that feels like an auspicious timing there, Aquarius, because it's like Pluto could enter at any time, but he's entering on the 21st of January. So I like that. I feel like he's getting you set up for success there. But Pluto in Capricorn is asking just that. If we've not been feeling like we're in this state of success right now, or if this is not where we've been feeling like we haven't been feeling accomplished, or we haven't been feeling fulfilled, haven't been feeling victorious, what can we do? What do we need to do? Do we need to let go of some things? Do we need to heal from some old mentalities? Whatever that is, I feel like let's get eyes on that. We are, like I was saying, I feel like Virgo, these next few months are going to be, I feel like it's very retrograde heavy, and again, just a lot of reflection that's going down here. And this is something too, I feel like try not to let that pressure don't feel like you need to get everything figured out like right now. I mean, if you got it like that, I'm with it. But Taurus energy, the Knight of Pentacles, take your time with this thing. Really think about where you want to invest, because when you even think about Saturn and Taurus, it's just like, where have you been feeling restricted at? That's the big questions here. And then when you find that thing, because the Knight of Pentacles, he's ruled by the first two decans of Taurus and the last of Aries. And so when we find that passion, it's starting that thing, and then having that fixed energy, Taurus, to commit to that long term, watch that puppy grow. So let's get an oracle on this. Yeah? Okay. Thank you. Nice. Speaking of Taurus, all right, you got the 6th card of Taurus here, which is the Anamkara card. I like this card because this is a card of unconditional love, romance, soulmates, uncommon bond, devoted, always, tenderness, timeless, constant, affection, best friends, appreciation, unchanging, and infinite love. And that's interesting, Aquarius. The energy that's popping out to me is this tenderness here. And it almost feels like that. I almost feel like that maybe some of us, maybe we've been too very hard on ourselves as of late, you know, or maybe this is just because thinking about these big dreams and things and maybe feeling this pressure as you're becoming a diamond. Maybe this stuff has been kind of weighing down on us. Maybe we've been, maybe we've been Five of Cups. Maybe we've been feeling disappointed in what we've invested in, because the Seven of Pentacles too, like in the Thoth deck, this can be a card of failure. And maybe we think that we failed in some ways, or that maybe we didn't rise up or something along those lines with the Knight of Swords. But be kind to yourself, Aquarius. You're learning all of these experiences up until now. And listen, I know how this sounds, but you are exactly where you need to be on your journey. You know, all of this stuff here was meant to happen for a reason, all of it, because it shaped you to who you are at this moment. And it's gotten you to this place where now that all these things have happened, you are asking these bigger questions in life, because maybe we weren't really thinking about this stuff before. Maybe it was just on a smaller scale right now or back then, but now you're wiser. With the Six of Cups, you know, we're thinking bigger now. You know, you got more experience, and it's just like, how can we take that experience and go off there and again pursue what we love, and finding that balance and that security and all this stuff, you know. And then the devoted. Because I'm not getting a lot of, I mean, other than like the Knight of Cups here, I'm not getting, you know, now actually I'm just paying attention. You got three of a kind here with this, with these Knights. And considering how I was talking about with Mercury being in Cancer before it moves into Leo, I feel like, again, there's something here about, you know, with this Knight of Cups, Knight of Swords being in reverse here. If we can find that head and heart balance, you know, bringing those two in alignment, then I feel like that things are really going to start taking off for you. But also, Aquarius, just when I think about that tenderness, with the unconditional love, and I'm going to get some tarot on this, I feel like in order for us to really experience that unconditional love, it's something that we have to start here. And I mean to truly feel that. And I mean to love all aspects of you, even the sides that you felt disappointed in, and that you felt like maybe that you let, where you maybe felt like you left yourself down, put yourself in a jam, or that we felt like we may have failed, whatever that's looking like. I feel like we got to learn to embrace all of those, not just the light side of ourselves, the darkness as well, because they are a whole part of this whole puzzle. And when we do, that shadow side of you, those ones that we might look at with disgust or anything along those lines, we learn to let go of that, let go of them, that they're not building you up. I feel that they can become very powerful ambassadors for you, you know, really great allies, you know, and it can get you, let me get some tarot on this. See what we got here, Aquarius. Yup. Ha! There you are. Oh, I'm with it all day. All right, Aquarius. So you got you, the Star, and the High Priestess in reverse here. And then we have the Moon and the Nine of Cups upright. And so, Aquarius, there is an energy here of really tapping into your intuition and learning more about yourself, and discovering this potential here. Because I feel like that maybe for some of us, we're still trying to find what makes us happy here. And maybe we feel like that we're not able to pursue that with the moon being here, you know, because the moon is considered the scariest card of the major arcanas. But I feel like I always thought that was an interesting statement because one, the moon is Pisces. So I don't know what, I mean, you ain't gotta be afraid of Pisces. Pisces are all loving. But the moon is just a reflection of the sun, you know, and this card is a card of illusions and trickery, deceptions. And I feel like that it's saying that maybe we feel like there's just something here, like it's just like, tuning into that more emotional side of you. I feel like, because the moon, the high priestess, and hell, the moon, Pisces, you know, well, not Pisces doesn't rule Cancer, but just because you got all this lunar energy and we're in Cancer season right now, you know, really tune into your intuition, trust your feelings, you know, because you can accomplish whatever you want, Aquarius, you know, and even the star card, this is a card for me of, again, connecting with source, you know, however that's looking like for you, however you need to do that. Maybe we're going for a swim, you know, maybe we're going on a horseback ride, whatever that's looking like, walking through a field. But yeah, I definitely feel like that there's something here, because the star card can be a card of healing. And, you know, before the star is the tower. And maybe some of us have been, maybe we're recovering from a tower moment or something along those lines. But, you know, and that's funny, huh? I'm talking about what's after that, because after the healing comes the moon. And I feel like that's, if we've been feeling lost or anything along those lines, that's just because there's still something here that needs to be dealt with, you know, that there's some work that needs to be done. I'm, you know, not quite sure what that is. You know, maybe we're doing some journaling, maybe, you know, whatever that's looking like. Look for some common themes or something along those lines. Pay attention maybe over this lunar cycle. You know, just think about that, since we're going to be in Cancer season. Let's sync up with the energies. Let's tap into the lunar cycle here. And I feel like when you do Aquarius, you start putting in this healing, I feel like then, and it's not to say that you're not happy already, Aquarius. You know, you might be feeling dandy, but I feel like there could be more. You know, I feel like there could be like this really, because look at that. You go after 9 of Cups, it's 10 of Cups all day. So, oh, and look at that, it's being elusive right now. It's like right within your grasp there, Aquarius. More, I'm with it. Alrighty, let's see, let me get this organized a little bit, and then let's talk about this. I've been putting this, I don't know how this one moved back so far, but you got Mars that's going to be entering Virgo on, let's put you center stage here. Mars is going to be entering Virgo on the 10th of July and will be there through the 27th of August. And with this is very efficient energy. You know, I feel like this is great for really getting stuff done, getting these ideas and things mapped out, really start getting to work. And because Virgo energy is very detail oriented, very analytical, organized, and Mars being our planet of energy, our drives, our passion, work with this energy, Aquarius. This is going to be very motivational. But this is also great for doing for focusing on maybe your health, whether that be your physical health, you know, mental health, spiritual health, however that's looking like, wherever we need some healing done here, Aquarius. But also, be mindful of being overly critical, because that's just on the lower end, on the lower vibration. That's, Virgos have a tendency to be overly critical because they're trying to achieve perfection, to achieve purity. You know, really get that diamond shining bright. So we want to be kind to ourselves, show ourselves some tenderness there, Aquarius. But let's get an oracle on this. See what else we got here. Oh, I love it. That's how we finish up here, Aquarius. You got the 7th card of Cancers here, which is the fairy tale card. You believing in the possible? Oh, with this fairy tale card. This is a card to believe the impossible. That's what I was trying to spit out. Daydreams. romantic ending, universal archetypes, hopeful, magic, unicorns and rainbows, aspire, happily ever after, fanciful, and stories we tell. And Aquarius, the first thing that really popped out to me is the daydreams. I feel like that for some, let's not keep these ideas or these dreams like just kind of floating in the ether here. I feel like there's this energy is asking you to ground some of this stuff, because you are a sign of the future. You do see the bigger picture, but sometimes we can get lost in that because the dream can seem so big and so grand, so great. It can be overwhelming, and I feel like that it's really focusing, with this with the Capricorn card. Because we can feel this stuff all day. Because I will say, one thing when I'm talking with Cancer, we gotta, sometimes we get in a place where if you really want to know if a Cancer is interested in something, see how they pour their energy into it. But if they're not putting any initiative, then just go ahead and keep it moving. But I feel like that this is something where, because like water energy, I feel like sometimes it's hard to get that grounded sometimes. And I feel like that the daydreams, again, are just something that maybe we feel that these dreams are too fanciful, that we're trying to manifest unicorns. And I feel like if anybody can figure it out, Aquarius, it's you all day. I would love to see a horse-drawn carriage by a couple of unicorns. I mean, come on, why not? Let's see if we can make that happen. It's all the stories that we tell ourselves. And especially you being an air sign, you want to be mindful of the ideas that you're telling yourself, of what mantras may be playing in our head. And if we're noticing that you've been on kind of a negative loop here, maybe you've been stuck in your head here, maybe your Nine of Swords is still upright, we're still working on that. Let's maybe do some affirmations or however that's looking, anything to kind of break that cycle to get you out if we get into like a spiral or something along those lines. But you can have your happily ever after. You got your Ten of Cups here, you got your Wheel of Fortune here. It's just believing that you can accomplish this thing, finding your aspirations and stuff that really inspires you, and then going out there and getting it. Let's Chariot all day. Let's get some get some tarot on this. Absolutely. There's Mars. That's what's good. Look at you, syncing up with the energies. I'm with it. And this is a great way to get a tower. That's what I'm talking about. You got the tower in reverse, you got the Four of Pentacles, and then you got everything's in reverse here. You got the tower, the Four of Pentacles, and the Four of Cups. And let's switch back over. Because with the tower being in reverse, this is what I was talking about earlier. There are some times where we can feel that like things are happening to us, that things are out of our control, where sure, a situation might have thrown us in like a squared situation or something, but we can choose opposition, how we feel about this thing. What energies is this? How can we take what this crappy situation and turn it into something brilliant? Turn it into, because it's not even, even like not even rating it as crappy. You know what I mean? Because sometimes just even think with this Four of Cups, this could be where we see it's like we've been eating it and eating it and eating it, and we've been like our security has been threatened and all this stuff, and now we get to this place where it's just like the universe is like out to get us or something along those lines. Like why bother? Just kind of do the grind, and then when once this thing kind of blows over, then maybe I'll get started or something along those lines. But I feel like this with the tower being reversed, this is you bringing the change. This is not the change just happening into you. You can manifest this stuff. You can take this energy and flip this on its head, Aquarius, but it's going to be something where you are going to need to take this action, and you're going to need to follow through with this thing. Whatever this dream is that you're trying to get cooked up here, find that passion, find that thing that really drives you. Because I mean, this is dope. This energy here that you're bringing. It's just finding your truth, finding that thing. And listen, You can have multiple things, but it's just finding it's getting a starting point. I feel like with this energy, because it's like we don't want to get caught up, because then we're getting caught up in the daydreams again. It gets too much. I feel like it spreads yourself mentally too thin, and we need to get more laser focused, a little more Capricorn, a little more discipline. But I feel like once you do Aquarius and really kind of follow through on this stuff, man, you're gonna feel more secure. You're gonna feel like, because I say, I really don't even have enough hands for your abundance here. 9 of Cups, 10 of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, Chariot. I mean, it's gonna be dope. So let's see it. Let's see it all day. I'll wait, and I don't mind one bit, because I feel it'll be worth it. Absolutely. And just remember that, Aquarius. So I like that strong finish there, Aquarius. Go on and get it. And if you like that, Aquarius, give it a thumbs up. Ooh, I'm bit my lip there. Look at that, I'm very excited. And share this, Aquarius. Let's get you taking action. Absolutely. All day. And subscribe, hit that bell button to get notified of all these videos each week. And then, maybe something to meditate with. I'm on this meditation app, Insight Timer. And I started a group on there called Zodiacs Raising the Vibration. And it's just a group to post positive affirmations, encouraging messages. And as a group grows, definitely want to start doing some stuff, maybe like healing with the star, or, and look at you going all in kinds of order here. Look at that. We started a tower moment. Now we're processing this stuff. We're going to get through this thing, and we're just waiting on the sunlight to come through, Aquarius. That's all. And it's like I tell you, considering that you're the opposite sign of Leo, the sun is technically in detriment in your sign. And that just means it's going to might take a little bit longer to get that puppy shining bright, because you're Saturn ruled. It takes a little bit. But man, when it does, you're going to shine just as bright as Leo. So don't even worry about it. But definitely check that out, Aquarius. And then lastly, you came in, heard you want to come over to the Chariot and Friends, because you got some strong Chariot Cancer cards here. Not that you need them, but if you have any Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, come on over to my other channel, The Chariot and Friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. We absolutely discuss all the lunar shenanigans. It's a good old time. And actually, just thinking about... Never mind. No, I'm nature my problem. I got stuck in my head, daydreaming for a second. I thought I was thinking we were in a different, where the moon was at. We'll talk about that later. But all that housekeeping down in the description box below. But let me get you surprise cards here. So I can get you out of here, Aquarius. Here's Uranus, the Fool. And I feel like with this Fool being here, Aquarius, let's just get started. Let's and I mean started with like the reflection and figuring out, maybe where this healing might need to be done. Maybe where this thought process is. And then I feel like that once we've processed this, really started thinking about, maybe where areas we want to grow or be more secure in, or something along those lines. Let me get your Oracle card. Because I'm not getting, it's like it doesn't feel like there's like a fear here per se with this Fool. Like a little bit, but it's more so I feel like there's a trust, that knowing that the universe has got your back, that when you pursue your passions and find that balance, things are going to fall into place here. Absolutely. Because you got the perception card upright. And I feel like it is a matter of perspective, and like how we're perceiving these situations are going down. Do we believe that we can accomplish our dreams? You know what I mean? Do we know that we can, that we do have infinite potential, and that you are the source of your destiny? You know what I mean? Like it's like a paradigm shift. I feel like this perception is what this is trying to bring here. So be thinking about this stuff, Aquarius, and how you want to shine bright. So, because you're the star. Isn't that lovely? In all aspects of the word. You're just a star. I'm with it. So, you stay safe out there. All these dreams and you know, working out and stuff. Yeah, stay safe out there, Aquarius. And you raise your vibration to Uranus. You know, you let Saturn know on the way that you're going out there. You're gonna go get it. Absolutely. And I will catch you on the next one. Later.